Hi everybody, Peter's Arms, GriniFlix Adventure 8. Welcome to another video. Today is a surgical video on a Leica M10P. The rangefinder focus mechanism is not working correctly. And we've got the little cam here that is actuated by the lens movement here. And it's getting stuck. It's getting stuck in that one position. Yeah. That's a problem. If you can get into the top here, it's a simple remedy. You just need to be able to lubricate. I understand from watching YouTube videos, this process of pulling it apart. So we're going to go through that today. Hopefully lubricate that little ball bearing so that that cam can operate freely now. I'm having problems with this. It only developed in the last few days. The rangefinder focus mechanism is not working correctly. What I noticed was with the windows that when I get close to about 1 meter or so, it just stops working. And it's becoming erratic. Sometimes it's working correctly and sometimes it's not. So right now it's actually it's working correctly. I know, no, it's sticking. So it gets to a certain point, it sticks, and then the mirrors sort of, line up, the images line up, but then it just stops, and then it moves suddenly, and then it stops again and gets jammed. The problem, I did do some research, and basically the rangefinder is sticking. So if I take off the lens right now, and we've got the little cam here that is actuated by the lens movement here. And it's that part that actually activates the little mirror mechanism in the rangefinder. And it's getting stuck. It's getting stuck in that one position. Yeah, that's a problem. So apparently, if you can get into the top here, it's a simple remedy. Just need to be able to lubricate. There's a little bearing. I understand from watching YouTube videos, and I'll provide a link to the YouTube video that I found that showed me actually this process of pulling it apart. So we're going to go through that today. Hopefully lubricate that little ball bearing so that that cam can operate freely now. There are some tools that are required. Star tool here, and it's called Torx, T-O-R-X, Torx tool, and the size is T6, so that's what I've got. I did already have that in this little kit of tools here, but the quality is so bad that when I tried to actually use it and unscrew the screw, it just ripped off the teeth off the tool itself. So I went to the local hardware shop and got a high quality Torx toolkit. There shouldn't be any problems at all with this. We'll film the whole lot and see how simple it is and see whether I actually stuff it up. Bit of a warning, if your camera is under warranty still, I suggest that you take it back to your original supplier and get it fixed up if that's the case. If it's out of warranty, as this one is, I bought this one secondhand, so I'm taking on the full responsibility for myself on my equipment. If you wish to replicate this with your equipment, do it at your own risk. There you go, there's my warning out of the way, and let's give this a go. So I think the hardest part is basically pulling this apart, which is apparently really simple. So there are only 2 screws that actually hold the top plate here onto the rest of the body. So we'll take that off, get rid of the battery, get rid of the memory card, and basically here is the unit. So there's 1 screw there, and there's another screw inside there. So the first thing we have to do is just basically undo that screw. And this is the one that actually sheared off the tool and of the cheap tool. So it was quite firm, so you can see it's a long screw. And then inside here there is a shorter one. Okay, and that's coming out as well. So they are quite firm. I can get this one out. Yep. That's it, 2 screws. And then the rest of the task is to jiggle off this top here. You have to press in the cam here because that's to get past the body. I believe. Okay. Alright, so that's good. And then you've got some cables there. Oops. Okay, so this was sitting there. We just have to make sure that goes back into the right place later on. Right, is it scary? Okay, and then we've got a seal there as well, so we have to make sure that goes in the right place. So there's a few things we have to check. This cam here is acting on this cam here, which is then sliding on this groove here. And it's that part there, there's a lot of resistance. Okay, so basically just a little bit of lubricant has to go into that little groove that's on there, and that should fix the problem. I have done some repairs on another lens and I got some helical grease. And I reckon if I just put a little bit of helical grease in that groove there, it's almost like a thread, then that should solve the problem. And it's like minuscule amount that has to go there. Which is about there. And if I get it just in that one place, that should fix the problem. Oh my goodness. that has fixed the problem instantly. My goodness. That's it. And now it slides easily. That is how simple this task is. I don't think I've got any surplus. It's not even a drop. I mean, it is a grease and it's designed for high temperature and for low temperature and not to run. Alright, surgery completed. Now it's just a matter of putting it back together. So I didn't have to disconnect any of the cables. Everything else looks pretty clean on the inside. Now to work out how to actually put this little... Yep, okay. That sits in one place. It actually does find its own slot there. So then this should all go back. Okay, I can slide that down. It is tricky to actually put this top plate back on to make sure you don't crimp the seal that's in there. But just by slowly putting that top plate back on and just jiggling the seal so that it went underneath that top plate there without twisting over, I managed to do it, which is great. And I've got the 2 screws in back there and also the small one. The small one is a bit challenge to get in because as soon as you put it on the end of your Torx screwdriver here, it does fall off. So an easy trick is to grab some magnets. If you've got some of these rare earth magnets, these are really good because they're really strong, and just rub your screwdriver along the magnet. That will magnetize this, and then you can actually pick things up. Screws up. Alright, now the big test. This cam now is operating freely. It's not getting stuck at all just by getting that little bit of that helical grease on there. Get my lens. Put the lens on. If I go minimum focus, this is 0.7. Basically at 0.7 that's where the cam stops operating. And if you go beyond that, this is a close focus lens, it goes down to 0.4. And that should be in focus now. Perfect. Perfect focus. Go all the way to infinity, all the way back to 0.7. Yep. And the cam is operating smoothly now. without any problems whatsoever. Well, that was a quick fix. I didn't have to disconnect the electronics at all. Just have to remember to put that little rangefinder, little window guide there in correctly. I didn't have to do any other cleaning there. Everything else was fine. The seal was on properly. I have fixed my rangefinder, my M10-P Safari. According to ChatGPT AI, also what I've sort of seen on the internet, apparently that is a common problem. That little cam in this little sliding groove does get dry and gets sticky, and then your rangefinder won't operate correctly. I've used helical grease number 10, which I did use on one of my old Nikon AIS lenses when I pulled that apart. The reason why I've gone for helical grease is it doesn't run readily from heat and doesn't stiffen up too much from cold, so rather than using any oils. The amount of grease that I used, this was a paper clip that I just unfolded, and it was just enough to be on the tip of the paper clip, and I just put a little bit of grease on that little groove where the cam slides across underneath the head there. That was enough. I might have to repeat this again in numerous years to come, but I doubt it. I mean, I've got the M10R and I've got the M10 Monochrom, which is exactly the same mechanism, and they haven't developed that problem, but at least I know how to fix it if that problem does occur. That's probably saved me loads of bucks in sending it to another technician, or maybe back to Leica. And but it's all working. It's working beautifully. No sticking anymore. I hope this has helped you see whether you're adventurous enough to actually do this repair yourself. And at least it's all operating now. I can get on with another adventure, because that's what the Safari camera is meant to be. It's an adventurous camera, and this exercise has been quite adventurous also. Video has been of value to you, then give it a thumbs up. If it's the first time to my channel, you haven't already subscribed, then press subscribe, press notifications, you'll be notified when the next video is out. If my channel is of value to you, please also join one of my membership programs, the Coffee Club, the Adventure Circle, or the Expedition Team. All different levels. Details will be in the video. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers. Bye.